Alright there people, Brad back again with another video, and today we're going to do another round of Premier League predictions. I enjoyed doing the video last week, so let's get straight into it. Okay, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Tottenham. Now, I do my predictions quite early, even when the last weekend of Premier League games has been played, but I think I'm going to have to change my prediction here. Not completely, just the scoreline. So on Instagram, I put 3-1 to Spurs, but I don't think they will score 3 with the injuries that they now have. So I've decided I'm going to go for 1-0 to Spurs. Again, Wolves could win this, but I'm expecting a really tight game between these two teams. It could be how I predicted it. Maybe I might regret changing my prediction, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 Spurs win at Molineux. Now, there will be 3 o'clock games taking place. First of all, Arsenal versus Burnley. This should be a very straightforward afternoon for Arsenal. It should be very similar to the Sheffield United game. Burnley concede goals left, right and centre. They've got the second worst defence in the Premier League, tied with Bournemouth. Both have conceded 27 goals. I can't see it getting any easier for Burnley. My prediction for this one is Arsenal 5, Burnley 0. On to the next game, Crystal Palace against Everton. This probably doesn't look like the most attractive fixture in the Premier League this weekend. I mean, Crystal Palace and Roy Hodgson, pretty stable. 11th in the Premier League. Everton, 16th in the Premier League. Everton are doing all right, to be fair. They're not doing too bad. I think this is going to be a draw, a very low-scoring draw. I'm going to say 1-1 between these two. I don't think it's going to be... I think it's probably going to be that game that's last on Match of the Day. The third game is Manchester United versus Luton. This has to be a Manchester United win. Not because I'm not disrespecting Luton in any way, but Manchester United just simply have to win after the week that they've had. Again, losing to Copenhagen. I think Ten Hag has to go if Manchester United do not beat Luton Town this weekend. Luton did very well last week against Liverpool. They really, really did. They had, I think the home ground might have had a part to play in that. I'm not saying that's why Luton got their draw. Luton just played fantastically well all game. They've been to Everton and got a win there. But I'm expecting United to win this game, and I'm hoping for once I can have a normal afternoon of watching football. So Manchester United, I'm going to say 3-1 to Manchester United in this one. Bournemouth against Newcastle. Eddie Howe returns to Bournemouth for only the second time. The last time Eddie Howe returned to Bournemouth, it finished 1-1, where Jason Tindall tried to shake hands with Gary O'Neill first, but he was rejected for Eddie Howe to shake hands with him first. Bournemouth are struggling. I could see them potentially in danger at the moment. Again, one win this season. That came against Burnley. Maybe a bit lucky to get that win with that late offside call. Bournemouth conceded 6 at City, and I think that can happen to any team. My prediction for this one, I'm going to say Bournemouth 0, Newcastle 2. On to Sunday's fixtures now. We've got Aston Villa against Fulham. Again, not an attractive Premier League fixture. Yes, Villa are doing well at the moment, but Villa versus Fulham, it's never top of anybody's excitement list going, oh my God, it's Villa versus Fulham this weekend. And that's no disrespect to either club, by the way. It's just not a great fixture for a neutral. But I think it will be a tight game. I'm going to back Aston Villa to win this by 1-0 in this one at Villa Park. I think it will be a very tight game. Brighton and Hove Albion take on Sheffield United. This should be a very, very straightforward afternoon for Brighton. Sheffield United did get their first win of the season last weekend against Wolves, which was a big surprise. It was a poor penalty decision that went Sheffield United's way, but I can't see them getting anything at the Amex. My prediction for this one is Brighton 3, Sheffield United 1. Liverpool hosting Brentford. Liverpool have got a very good record against Brentford at home, winning 2 games without any complications. Brentford are yet to score a Premier League goal at Anfield. I think that they might do this weekend, but I don't think that they will get anything though. I do think Liverpool will have enough to come away with all 3 points. They did lose to Toulouse yesterday in the Europa League. But I'm expecting them to bounce straight back. I think Brentford will be a tough test. It could be I'm expecting a late goal maybe from Liverpool to win it, like the Manchester United game. I could see it being quite similar to that. I'm going to say Liverpool 2, Brentford 1. West Ham versus Nottingham Forest. West Ham have hit a bit of poor form recently, and they really need a win in this in this fixture. They won this fixture 4-0 back in February. It was again a very important win for them. They did beat Olympiacos in the Europa League. I heard that they were quite poor in the game, but still Olympiacos is a huge club. So again, credit to West Ham for winning that. And they did beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, but their Premier League form has been quite concerning. No Premier League win in October, drawing with Newcastle, losing heavily at Aston Villa, losing at home to Everton, and they lost 3-2 at Brentford. I thought they'd win that game, to be honest, and they did actually take the lead, but Brentford retook the lead again. West Ham at home to Forest. Forest did get a big win last week, which was a huge shock to beat Aston Villa at home last weekend. It was a derby game. Forest played very well. Martinez had a bit of a shocker with that second goal. But I think West Ham will return to winning ways, and it will ease a bit of pressure on David Moyes. My prediction for this one is West Ham United 3, Nottingham Forest 1. And finally, the biggest... can't even speak today, can I? The biggest game of the weekend is Chelsea against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. Maurizio Pochettino against Pep Guardiola. You know what? Maurizio Pochettino, it wouldn't really surprise me if Chelsea did get a result out of this. Now, bear with me, because Pochettino has a good record against Pep Guardiola. It's very even. It's not dominated in one way. The last time that these two sides met, Manchester City had a controversial goal disallowed for handball, which ended in a 2-2 draw between Manchester City and Tottenham. And the year before, if you remember, Tottenham knocked Manchester City out of the Champions League in their route to the Champions League final against Liverpool. So Tottenham are quite capable of... not Tottenham, but maybe if Pochettino's capable, maybe he could inspire Chelsea to another shock win. I don't think that will be the case, however. I don't think City will outclass Chelsea in this one. I don't think it's going to be a thrashing. But I do think Manchester City will get the 3 points. I'm going to go Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1 in this one. And that concludes my predictions for the final weekend before the international break. The final one until March. Thank you for watching. Please remember to leave your score predictions in the comments below and let me know what you guys thought of this video. Thank you for watching. See you all next time. Bye-bye.